Hi, Sketchlab friends. Well, something's brewing in the cauldron tonight, and it's the cutest little witch you've ever seen. So let's bring her to life. We're going to start off with these 2 dots, and then a foreshortened circle. This is going to create the cauldron. There's the foreshortened circle. All right, we're going to start creating the shape of the lip here. So I'm curving line to the left and to the right. So the lip is this top part. So you see that curve? We're going to match that line. We're going to match that curve down. And now we're going to create the base of the cauldron. And I don't think this witch read the fine print on how to use a cauldron, guys. Yeah, because now she's part of her own stew. So we're going to go ahead and draw the little legs, these lines that curve down. But our little witch is bubbling with personality today. She literally is. So we're going to go ahead and add those handles onto the cauldron. Curving lines out to the right. I'm going to go ahead and erase off this construction line. Okay, so I'm going to draw a little dot for where the chin is going to be and where the top of the head is going to be. And now I'm going to start creating the shape of the head. I kind of have the head tilted a bit. And you can turn a shape into a form by using what are called cross contour lines. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to be curving a line out to the left. And so it's going to look like our character has her head turned to the left and her head is kind of tilted up as well. So this circle on the right will be larger. So that's called size. Objects that are closer to us are bigger and they get smaller off into the distance. You can see I'm leaving the little white highlight inside the eye. And so this eye I purposely made smaller. And now that center line of the face will help us to draw the mouth. You'll notice that the right side of the mouth is a little bit larger. Once again, because we're using size. Okay. Adding in the eyebrows, so I'm curving a line up. Yeah, I was gonna say, don't mix slime and cuteness because side effects may include adorableness overload today. Look at this adorable little witch. So we're gonna start with the witch's hat. So we have the 2 dots. That creates the width of the hat. And now I'm going to go ahead and curve a line up. And then you can see curve a line down. So now on the left hand side, once again, we're going to curve a line down here. So it's as if we can see the underneath part of the hat. erasing off some of these construction lines for the top of the head. Now I'm going to curve a line up. So that's the top part of the hat, of the rim of the hat. Now we're going to kind of create that cone shape for the top of the witch's hat. Now I'm going to start to bend the top of the hat, give it a little bit more character. See, pointing the end there. And now this is going to be the buckle. So I'm going to draw basically two squares. See this larger square? And then inside I'm going to draw a smaller square. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and use these little lines that curve up here for the bubbles. The slime, whatever this stew is, this poor witch is melting in absolute cuteness too. And now I'm curving lines down. So does that mean this is witch flavored slime today? Okay, so I'm drawing two dots, a foreshortened circle. This is going to be creating the sleeve. And out of the sleeve, we're going to draw the witch's hand. Okay, so that's the wrist, and I'm going to draw a little circle. That's going to start the hand, and then we're going to start adding the fingers onto it. Using these little ovals. Okay, so this is the start of the hand. So that circle, once again, is this palm of the hand, and then now we have adding the thumb on. We're going to go ahead and draw the line from the broomstick our witch is holding on to. So I use a zigzag line, curving line up. Now I'm going to go ahead and curve a line out to the right. Now I'm going to curve a line out to the left. Now drawing the top of the broomstick. That's the straw broom. And the last step now is we're just going to add the hair. And once again, erasing off some of these construction lines. Okay, I'm going to erase off some construction lines. And I'm going to add a little detail here. A little whipped cream. So we'll curve a line out to the right and then to the left. On the left-hand side, you can see those lines curve out to the left. Curving out a line to the right, and to the right again. And that's going to create the whipped cream. And then we could also have these cross contour lines that curve around the form and make it look three-dimensional. So now's a good time to stand back from your artwork and clean up any construction lines and make any adjustments that are needed. And then we can move on to outlining. So I did use a Sharpie, but I also needed to use a micron today just for the finer details that this character has. And we're going to be coloring with value today. I'll be using Posca paint markers, but you can color with whatever you have. So today I'll be color mixing with the gray and the black, as you can see here. And the gray is going to create the highlights when I go back over it. The base color on our whipped cream is ivory. And you can see going back, reinforcing the shadows with the black marker. I've got ochre for the straw on the broom. We have apple green for the base color. And I will also use ivory for the highlights and green for the shadows. And we've got to make sure we dial in those rosy cheeks. Now I'm going to go ahead and start cleaning up and refreshing those outlines. And now we have that contrast, making our image readable. Well, I want to thank you so much for drawing with me today. If you've enjoyed this video, watch another one. Well, let's catch you in the next one. Bye.